Hi, this session is about how to start your first step to write a poem. So I called this session a step to write a poem. You are a person who wants to express his thoughts, opinions, and feelings through a poem, but you are not professional. How can you start this? First, let's agree that poets are talented, they are professional, they are knowledgeable, they got a lot of data, information, and the knowledge about the topics that they are writing about. They are professional in using words. However, you can start to express your feelings, thoughts, and opinions through a poem. You are not professional, but you are still a beginner, but you can start writing your feelings and feelings, opinions, and emotions through a poem. So you are a beginner. If you are a beginner, you can start with me as a step to write a poem. Before we start to study the different techniques, devices you have to use while writing your poem, let's first look at a poem I have created yesterday about coronavirus. This is a poem. The poem consists of a stanza. So this is a stanza. Stanza is a group of lines. This is called the stanza. So this is stanza one, stanza two, stanza three, and stanza four. Each stanza includes verses or lines. So to start writing poetry, you should or you have to understand that a poem consists of stanzas, and each stanza consists of verses or lines. Okay? Now, I decided to create a poem about coronavirus because coronavirus is the virus of the age, yes, and most countries are suffering from this virus. So before I decide to create my poem about coronavirus, I asked myself, I asked myself, what should I implement in this poem? This is just using some words randomly or whatever comes to my mind, I put it in lines. No, it can't work out like this. But you have to understand what are the measure devices, the measure poetic devices you have to implement in your poem. Here I focused on I focused on six poetic devices you have to implement in your poem. There are a lot of devices. There are a lot of poetic devices you have to pay attention to, but you can use these devices or poetic devices as a beginning. Number one, rhyme. You have to know what is rhyme and how to use it. Number two, repetition. Number three, assonance. Number four, alliteration. Number five, simile. And the last one is personification. Let's go through each one to understand what does it mean. Okay, first one, rhyme. What is rhyme? Rhyme means the repetition of the same or similar sounds occurs in two or more words, usually at the end of lines in poems. So before I started to create the poem about coronavirus, I started to collect a lot of rhyming words about this serious disease, COVID-19 or coronavirus. That's okay. I collected a lot of rhyming words such as coronavirus serious, pandemic, endemic, yes, and a lot of rhyming words. Here, close to the word coronavirus and serious, you can find the AA. Pandemic and endemic, you can find the BB. This is a type of rhyming because rhyming has different types. You can have AAB, AB, AB, AB. You can have AABB and different. If you want to read about rhyme, you have to read more. But here in my poem, I used AABB. Let's go to the poem. Here, the first stanza, I used coronavirus serious. Virus, serious. The same sound and comes at the end of the lines. Virus, serious. This is AA. Pandemic, endemic. This is BB. Busy, tizzy. The same sound at the end of the lines. This is called rhyming. This is CC. Appreciated, deteriorated. This is DD. Collapse, naps, sure, pure, curtains, Spartans, hide, abide. So I collected more and more rhyming words about the topic, which is coronavirus, before I start writing the book. Then while writing, I choose the most suitable rhyming words to end my lines. The second poetic device is repetition. What is repetition? Repetition means repeat the same words or phrases a few times to make an idea clearer and more memorable. If you want to make your idea clear and memorable to the readers, you can use repetition. For example, here I used virus, virus, virus. Here, if you go to the poem which I have created, you would find stanza 1, virus, 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 stanza 2, virus, 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 3, virus, 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 4, virus, virus, virus. I started each stanza with the repetition virus, virus, virus. So once you finish reading the poem, you would never forget the topic of the poem because I use repetition at the beginning of each stanza, virus, virus, virus. So my idea is clear. I'm talking about virus. My idea is memorable because you will remember my poem because virus, virus, virus. So my idea is clear and memorable to the reader. Number 3, assonance. What is assonance? Assonance takes place when two or more words close to one another repeat the same vowel sounds but start with different consonant sound. So if you wanted to implement assonance in your poem, you have to understand that assonance means vowel sound, not at the beginning of the word, vowel sound in the middle of the word. So two words close, the two words must be close to each other. Don't choose a word in the beginning of the poem and a word in the middle of the poem or at the end of the poem. No, the two words should be close to each other. That's okay, in the same verse. So two words close to each other, including a vowel sound in the middle. Vowel sound in the middle. For example, we have here China and virus. This is a sound, ch. Sorry, this is I sound, chai, and vi, chai, vi, China, virus. This is the same vowel sound in the middle, okay? Evils and sins, the same vowel sound in the middle. This is called assonance. If we go to the poem, you can find, for example, yes, this is disease and epidemic. This is letter I, vowel in the middle. That's okay. This is called assonance. If you come to another example, this is home and more. Home, more. In two words close to each other, there is a vowel sound in the middle. O, vowel sound. So this is called assonance. That's okay. These are two examples of assonance. Let's go to the next poetic device, which is alliteration. Alliteration means use consonant sounds at the beginning of a word. Yes, assonance, vowel sound in the middle of the word. Alliteration, consonant sound at the beginning of the word. Let's have an example. When I say conspiracy, conflict, collapse. C. This is consonant sound at the beginning of the word. This is called alliteration. Spain and serious. Spain and serious. Okay? This is sound, consonant sound, SS, at the beginning of the word. This is called alliteration. Horror and hide. Letter H, consonant sound, at the beginning of the word. This is called alliteration. Let's go to the poem. Here in the poem, you can find a lot of alliterations, such as I said, conspiracy, conflict, collapse. This is called alliteration. And if you go through this poem, you would find a lot of alliterations. Okay, let's go to the next one. Simile. What is simile? Simile is a kind of comparison between two things using like or as. So simile, comparison using like or as to show similarities between two different things. The examples, the whole world, like water, should be pure. So I compared between the world and water. Yes, both should be pure. For the whole world should be like water. Yes, I used the feature of purity. So this is comparison between the whole world and water. Let's go to the poem. If you find the like or as like this one, the whole world like water should be pure. I talked about this before. This is simile. Here, doctors, nurses, teachers are like Spartans. I compare between doctors, nurses, and teachers. I compare them with Spartans because they are all courageous. Here in the comparison, I used the word like to compare between doctors and nurses, teachers, and Spartans. This is called simile, comparison between two things using like or as. This is called simile. The last device or poetic device is personification. Personification means to provide human qualities to things. That's okay? For example, walk, crawl, cry, smile, laugh, yes, giggle. These are qualities of humans. Once you provide these human qualities to something else, we call this personification. For example, if you say, for example, the river crawls, that's okay. This is personification because who crawls? Humans, but the river flows. So when you say the river crawls, this is personification. When you say the moon smiles or the sun cries, that's okay. The sun never cried. Who cries? Human. So when you say the sun cries, this is personification. The moon smiles, this is personification. Examples from my poem, all evils and sins take naps. Yes, who take naps? Humans. But evils and sins never take naps. So I provide the human quality naps to something. This is called personification. Now you have understood the poetic devices I have already mentioned. One, rhyme. Two, repetition. Three, assonance. Four, alliteration. Five, simile. And the last one, and not the least, is personification. Before I created my poem, coronavirus, I collected all these data. I focused on these poetic devices before I start, collected my data, made my first draft. Then I started to write the poem. Let's read the poem together. Virus, virus, virus. China unexpectedly spreads coronavirus. Italy, Spain, the matter is serious. Disease, epidemic, and pandemic, all afraid to be a kind of endemic. Virus, virus, virus. Nobody pretends to be occupied and busy. Stay home outbrings more and more dizzy. Family jokes and chats are appreciated after family ties were all deteriorated. Virus, virus, virus. Conspiracy, war, and conflict collapse. All evils and sins take naps. Breaking news stresses all for sure. The whole world like water should be pure. Virus, virus, virus. Sinners, actors, jugglers behind curtains. Doctors, nurses, teachers are like Spartans. The first sneaks, the first sneaks from her to hide. The latter struggles as being upright. Like this, like this, I created, like this, I created, I created a bomb, I created a bomb about coronavirus. This may be not so professional, yes, because I am not, I do not consider myself I do not consider myself, I do not consider myself as a poet, but I try to create a bomb using some poetic devices. So this is a piece of advice to beginners to use these steps: collect data, collect information, collect knowledge about the topic, collect rhyming words, line some similes, line some assonance, try to use repetition. That's okay. After you make your first draft, you can start to line your poem. Once you finish writing your poem, you can modify some lines, you can add, you can delete. It's up to you until you reach the last version. And here you can consider yourself as a beginner or a little poet, yes, seeing his way into this work. Thank you very much. If you like this video, please subscribe and share to the others to benefit from it. Thank you. Goodbye.